with Troy from Rad Rides by Troy. And before we took a couple questions online from the fans that couldn't be here at SEMA 2013. Troy, to start off with, you've had a great year at Rad Rides. Your car nailed. It got the Autorama Grade 8, and it wins the Good Guys 2013 Custom Rod of the Year. And the Torino won the inaugural Barrett-Jackson Cup. What are your thoughts on 2013?
You know, it's been a great year. It's Madison, we always try to bring out different stuff, and you know, especially here at SEMA, you know, I've been coming here since 1990, so I feel old sitting by you. But you know, I'm all about trying to bring something different out all the time, and the two cars we brought this year are so different from each other. Nailed's like a custom, you know, and kind of seductive looking, and then the Torino here is more like a 70s, our version of a 70s road race car. So to win the Barrett-Jackson Cup was really awesome because it was the first thing. Reno, hot August nights, I've heard about it a long time. Barrett-Jackson, first time hooking up out there. And the neatest thing was there was a top 5, and 2 of the other cars were past Riddler winners. So, you know, this is done well, this car, the Torino, but it's built to drive. So to win, that's pretty cool, to be recognized by the judges that I know, and that was really neat. And then Nailed to be a grade 8 car was good. I've been to Detroit several times, and we got the car done for Mark and Ellen, and I knew it was a grade 8 car, but probably that's it, 'cause it's another car to built to drive on the street. So, and then Good Guys gave us Street Machine of the Year with the Torino, and we got Custom Rod of the Year with the Buick. So, I mean, 2 different styles of cars, same year. So that's a pretty big achievement for my shop, and it shows the diversity of the guys that I have.
That's amazing, absolutely amazing. So you've done a few road tours, the Rad Rides, the Hot Rod Power Tour, and the Good Guys. So what do you like best about the road tours, and how is it different from SEMA?
I tell you what's been the best for us, Madison, over the years is I did the original Power Tour. It was called the Victory Tour in 1990. I drove the legendary Gary Baskerville. He was Hot Rod Magazine. He'd worked for him for a long time, and if you knew Hot Rod Magazine, you knew Gray. Well, he got in the car with me at Indianapolis, and we drove my 60 Chevy out to Vegas here in 1990, and I displayed it in the Hot Rod booth and later won Hot Rod of the Year. So that kind of got this whole Power Tour thing started with Hot Rod Magazine, and it's been a big benefit to us because it shows that our product works. When we build a car, when it leaves our shop, it's built to drive. Now some drive them and some don't, because some have big collections. So to go on these big tours, and the stuff we're driving, like the Torino here, it's hand built, ground up. We just went 2,000 miles in it a month ago, and then we went 500 miles earlier in the year on the Power Tour. So it's 2 things. It shows that they work, and then when you're out there driving these things in the rain and people are looking up to you, and they're in their car, they've been working on their garage all year, and they're excited, and they're like, man, that's pretty cool. You know, they're driving that high-dollar car that he was fortunate enough to build for a customer out here with us. So the respect is huge for us.
That's amazing. Okay, so the Torino, just walk me through it.
Well, you know, it started as a '69 Torino, which is probably one of the ugliest Fords ever built, in my opinion. You know, just a big, dumb car. And, you know, we had it up on our frame table, and we're looking at it thinking, God, what are we going to do with this thing? It's so lazy looking. And George, the owner, has had several cars. Everybody knows him, got a good eye. He was a big NASCAR fan, so, you know, I got him there and said, hey, let's do our version of what it could have been maybe in the late 60s, early 70s if we did a NASCAR. So not copying what was done, but maybe taking a different approach. So George was nice enough to let us go on the route we wanted, and you know, we built the quarter panels from scratch, the hood from scratch, most of the fenders, the chassis, you know, most of the car is built from scratch, but we're very careful on not losing a car. A lot of people will still come up and they know it's a Torino, they know it's modified, but what did you do to it? When somebody comes up and asks what we did to it, we've done it right, because nothing sticks out and hits you in the face. So we're very cautious of that, because when we're building them, we want them to be timeless. We don't want to date the cars, like somebody walk up and say, oh yeah, that Torino was built in this year because that was the trend. So we really stay away from that stuff, and it seemed to be a good recipe for building stuff that has a lot of, you know, in 20 years, it has a lot of leverage in the industry.
That's great. So what do you like about BASF products, especially the Glazeret 90 line? How is it a good fit for you?
You know, that's easy. We've been spraying Glazeret since 2001, and I've never done anything twice. I've never had to fix anything, and that's huge, you know, because when you're doing one of these, as you know, you're a painter.
Yes.
And when you're doing this big, complete paint job, the last thing you want to do is you got it all done, you're in the booth, it's drying, and all of a sudden something starts going on, and you're stripping the thing and redoing it.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you know, that's not good. So that's been the winner with Glazeret. We've never done anything twice, and obviously the quality speaks for itself, you know.
Absolutely.
And it's the 90 line. What the biggest advantage for us was, a lot of these new formulas that we pick, you know, are done in water. So we actually did a car a few years ago in solvent, and we're like, man, it's blotchy. It didn't turn out. We're like, it's like we just did this really awesome car, and then 4 months later we're painting again. It's like you forgot how to paint. We're like, what's going on? Well, by the time we dissected it, it was a water formula, so it had a binder missing or something. So then we called BASF, hey, can you come out? And they demoed the 90 line for us, and they did a quick story. You know, they sprayed the test panel, really striped it, tried to get it to tiger stripe, and just made a mess of it.
Yeah.
Let it flash off, and then did the effect coat and dusted over, and boom, it laid right out. So, and the base just lays so much flatter for us. That's the key. That's our biggest thing that we like the most with the 90 line is the base lays down so nice. You know what you're getting right out of the gun. Where in the solvent stuff, it's good, but that's the really big advantage that we see. And then doing all these pearls all the time in metallics, and bringing them here for everybody to dissect them. You know, there's no blotchiness, there's no tiger striping. They're consistent, and I mean it's a win-win deal.
That's amazing. Okay, so your crew, your team, you did the matte clear finishes, outstanding. So, how do you use that to enhance your builds?
You know, that's something that we started years ago, mainly on the drivetrains, under the hood stuff. Like I'm going to say the first time I used it, we built a car called the Sniper in '96. And that was the first time we did like the engine, the drivetrain, the dash, things like that with matte clear. And that kind of, it's industrial. It's just a nicer look for me. I mean, it's everything. Everybody's got their own taste. I mean, you walk around here now and the whole car's satin on some of this stuff. You know, it's really taken off. Where we still use it in bits and pieces to enhance things, like, especially like under the hood. We deburr the engine blocks, metal finish them, and then do the satin treatment. And it just looks more mechanical, not so showy. Because we're more into the mechanical field than the showy thing. So the satin seems to work a lot better. And a lot of times, like even under the hood of this, you know, we'll take the satin clear right out of the can, and then we'll reduce it 30. Like the engine blocks, we always do 30% flatter than out of the can, so they're really flat. So there's no sheen. So on any rough surfaces, it doesn't reflect. Gives a better look. And then on the outside of the cars, what we've been doing is taking the base color and adding black to most of them. Like this has 15% black added to the base. That's the top color of the car. So we have the same tone, but then put the satin clear on it. It makes a nice two-tone. So it's just a nice feel. And it's getting carried away a little bit with everybody painting the whole thing satin, but we still try to use it in a very tasteful manner.
Yeah, and it looks phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so what is next for Red Rides?
Well, we've got a lot of big projects in the shop right now. Another big show we do is the Roadster show in Pomona, the end of January. So we've got a 35 Chevy Phaeton, which is a very rare car to start with. We've cut it all up and changed it. That we're bringing there for the AMBR. It's America's Most Beautiful Roadster. So we're working on that car very hard right now. We're in the bodywork and paint stage and getting ready to, hopefully in about 2-3 weeks, start putting some 90 on it and doing a clear and get going. But then we're building a new streamliner for Bonneville. We do a lot of land speed racing also. So we're getting ready to build another land speed car. So we got 4 or 5 really good projects in the shop, and we're very lucky. We get to go there, and the only thing that limits us every day is our imagination.